Have you ever wondered what happened to Robby Benson, the adorable child who voiced the Beast in Disney's Beauty and the Beast and captivated our hearts in ice castles? Stay there because you'll want to hear the whole narrative, from his early ascent to stardom, to the difficulties he's encountered and how he's changed himself in the process. In the early 1970s, Robby Benson made his debut as a youthful teen with curly hair and a sincere smile. Although he starred in movies like Jeremy and TV series like Movie of the Week, it was Ice Castles in 1978 that cemented his reputation. He portrayed a figure skating champion who develops feelings for a blind skater in that film. His genuineness and on-screen chemistry won over viewers. His work as the Beast's voice in Disney's 1991 animated masterpiece Beauty and the Beast solidified his place in pop culture history shortly after. Songs like If I Can't Love Her demonstrated his singing prowess, and his rich, resonant voice gave the character warmth and vulnerability. However, as the 1990s transitioned into the 2000s, Benson's on-screen visibility decreased. He transitioned to behind the camera, directing episodes of well-known television programs like My Dads and The Twilight Zone revival. In addition, he attempted his hand at producing and wrote multiple screenplays. He was busy writing stories for other performers rather than starring in them, which shocked fans who thought they would see him on the big screen. Nevertheless, his name was a silent reminder of the talent behind the scenes, showing up in the credits of the shows they adored. Benson experienced a life-altering medical crisis in 2003 after suffering a stroke. He has partial paralysis on one side of his body and speech problems as a result of the incident. It was a devastating blow to a man whose voice and movement were essential to his career. But in keeping with his strong character, Benson tackled his recuperation head-on. He progressively regained his ability to move and speak after undergoing rigorous physical rehabilitation and speech treatment. He persevered despite failures, frustrating plateaus, and days when development seemed unattainable. It wasn't an overnight miracle. Benson also found a new love while he was recovering: teaching. In order to share his decades of knowledge with budding actors, filmmakers, and writers, he started giving guest lectures at film schools. Students found great resonance in his candidness about the highs and lows of show business, as well as his own tale of recovering from a stroke. He agreed to teach screenwriting and directing as an adjunct professor at a reputable arts institution in 2013. His lessons gained notoriety for their helpful guidance, kind banter, and encouragement of pupils to discover their own voices. Benson, meantime, resumed performing in modest parts that catered to his medical requirements. He frequently played mentors or authoritative figures in independent and television films, roles that suited his mature demeanor and let him continue working without the physical constraints of his previous roles. He and Alan Menken, the composer of Beauty and the Beast, collaborated on a special version of If I Can't Love Her in 2014 to commemorate the film's 25th anniversary. Even if his voice was a little different from the young tones of the early 1990 seconds, fans were nonetheless moved by his rich and expressive voice. Benson taught and occasionally acted, and he authored a memoir on his experiences in Hollywood and his health issues. The 2017 book provided frank insights into the stress of early celebrity, the excitement of artistic achievement, and the anxiety and optimism associated with receiving a stroke diagnosis. Reviewers commended its warmth and honesty, pointing out that Benson's narrative talent was just as evident on paper as it was on television. Robby Benson is still an inspiration today, both on and off the camera. He is on the board of a foundation that promotes stroke recovery and raises money for patient assistance and research. He gives speeches at gatherings, spreading the idea that although life may take unexpected turns, resiliency and inventiveness may illuminate the path. In interviews, he highlights his appreciation for the roles that shaped his childhood, the chances to reinvent himself, and the opportunity to guide others in discovering their own path. Therefore, if you recall Robby Benson as the young actor who made you fall in love with an animated prince or believe in fairy tales on ice, stop and admire the man he has grown into. His narrative serves as a reminder that success is more than just becoming famous right away. It's also about embracing change, overcoming obstacles, and coming up with fresh ideas for sharing your talents. For more motivational tales of the celebrities you care about and how they persevere through life's ups and downs, don't forget to subscribe if you like this peek inside Robby Benson's story.